Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Sunday, the 16th of May, 2021. I hope you're all COVID-free and healthy, and I hope that your family is healthy also. I'm going to skip my normal introduction because I have a request of my subscribers and those that watch this video. There was a man, his name is Timothy. I forgot his last name. I got to put it in my description box, but he went to Colombia to relocate. He was murdered. And he was murdered in the street. He was buying apparently a business. He had bought $200,000 there to buy a business. He had a girlfriend who, after his death, suddenly became his fiancée. The State Department of the United States or the police department in Colombia have not released any information, or actually, in far as the United States, followed up to see what happened to this man that was an American citizen. His son, he has 3 sons. They have no idea what happened. The funeral took place 2 days after the murder in Colombia. One of his sons is here, all 3 of them here in the United States. Didn't have time or money to get there to the funeral. So the oldest son and the deceased brother, the brother of the deceased, set up a GoFundMe page. I'm going to just put their link for the FundMe page in my description box to help them as much as I can in this situation, to hire an attorney and an investigator to go and find out what actually happened. Apparently, again, nobody knows what happened to the $200,000 he brought over there, and nobody knows who killed him. Although it was videotaped, it was on CCTV in Colombia where it happened. So I'm going to put that in my description box. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Not that I want to forsake all the people that I ask for blessings on usually, but I just wanted to make this a special one. This is a special program. It's Sunday, and I normally obviously don't do this. We're getting ready to go away, my wife and I, for about 4 days, so I won't be on. But I wanted to just give you guys the little analysis on the Knicks at this point. So the Knicks control their own destiny at this point. There was a basketball game last night. The Knicks played the Charlotte Hornets. It was apparent to me the Knicks didn't appear to take them seriously. But Julius Randle showed why he is the most improved player in the NBA this year. He showed that his tremendous turnaround and his realization of his abilities, because he's always had the talent. I don't think anyone that has watched Julius Randle, at least from Kentucky, I remember him. I don't remember him much. I didn't watch much at Kentucky, but when he became a rookie with the Lakers, I started seeing him and watching him in the NBA. He always had ability. He always had talent. But like I said, most players and most human beings in general don't get the most out of all of their abilities. And this is particularly true in professional sports and in professional basketball because, among many reasons, the pay scale is so high. The money is so large compared to the average person that sometimes it's human nature to just think, okay, I'll just continue to collect this money. I'll pay the best I can and I'll be competitive, but I don't have to worry about that too much. I got this guaranteed money. And so a lot of times that's what happens. Players don't realize the fullness of their potential. You have a couple of players and they stand out. Some players, they stand out when they do, like a Michael Jordan, like a Kobe Bryant, that really, is more than just talent. You have to be a very talented athlete, like I mentioned before, to play in the National Basketball Association. You have to be very talented. I've met many, very extremely talented players. I know guys that were probably, I'm not exaggerating, is equal talent or more talent than the Michael Jordans and the Kobe, but they just never made it because they never put their all into developing their talent that they naturally had. I knew guys that could roll out of bed and just kill you, just without trying. It was just natural to them. That game just came natural. Luka Doncic is like that. The game just comes naturally to him. And he may have weight problems going forward because I don't see him working on his game to become better on the talent he already has. His talent is prodigious. He really is. He's a master of the game, just naturally. So Julius Randle has talent. He's not a master of the game, but he has NBA level talent. He's always had it. But this year, and I totally did not expect this, he came in and built on the talent that he had. Developed a 3-point shot. Passing the ball. And more importantly, playing defense. Like he cared. And that has transformed him and the New York Knicks. Yesterday's game basically was the Julius Randle show. He carried the Knicks. Now Reggie Bullock, played a good game. I think he had 17 points. RJ was a little off. D Rose was playing his behind off too. But Tibbs decided to go with IQ down the stretch. Fine. IQ had a decent game. It wasn't a great game by IQ. He had like 13 points, but he was effective, of course, and he played good defense. But it was the Julius Randle show. He took over the game. Okay? He took over the game. That was a game where he carried the Knicks on his back and won the game. That's the first time he's played some tremendous games this year, don't get me wrong, but that's the first time that I've seen him just take the whole team and say, we're going to win this game. And he did it. Talk about making a statement to the NBA. Talk about, a sign of things to come. That's what I'm saying. People that are still criticizing Julius Randle don't understand development. The development he has gotten is very rare. And now that he's tapped into it, okay, and he's got a coach like Thibodeau, and he's got a player who also did it in Derrick Rose, and he's got Kenny Payne, he's going to continue to build on this. This year, there are whispers about him, getting votes for the MVP. He will not be the MVP because he's just come on the scene. Joker's going to be the MVP. I've been saying that all year. I've been saying you got to consider Chris Paul because of what he did to Phoenix, bringing him from the bottom to the top. And I thought they were trying to give it to Joel Embiid, but then he pulled the out of shape, I'm hurt again situation. So he's not going to be the MVP. Talk about a guy that's not fulfilling his talent. But next year, I'm expecting Julius Randle to continue to develop. The Knicks don't need to go get a superstar. We got one. The only question is who's going to be that second guy. And we could have that too in RJ Barrett. People sleeping on RJ Barrett still, believe it or not. RJ Barrett can be that guy. It's like saying this. If I had Julius Randle and Jimmy Butler on the same team with the team we have now, you sub out, let's say you sub out RJ and you put in Jimmy Butler. Now we're Eastern Conference contenders just like Miami. But now you got RJ who's going to be a better version of Jimmy Butler in about 2 seasons. See, he's not even scratching the top of his prime yet. He's 20. So we might already have the guy. So we could get another guy. Man. So now the Knicks control their destiny. They beat the Boston Celtics today. They're the 4th seed. Period. We don't need to talk about 6 or anything else. They beat the Boston Celtics today. They're going to be the 4th seed. And I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Randle's going to come to play today. And I hope the rest of the Knicks come to play today. I know Derrick Rose going to come to play. I know Nerlens Revell going to come to play. RJ, he got to get his head in the game. He's still young. Better come to play today. Don't act like, never mind who's going to play or not play. I've heard injury reports. Maybe Tatum sits today. Maybe Kemba sits today. Maybe Evan Fournier sits today. That's irrelevant. They need to play today like Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish in their primes are coming through that door today. They need to play like that today. Make sure they crush these. And they've been doing this now. Knicks have been doing it this year. Crushing those they supposed to crush. This has got to be the final thing. This is right here. I've been telling y'all all year that I feel like we have a destiny date with Atlanta. So I still think we do. And I think the Knicks are going to end up in the 4th seed. And they're going to end up playing Atlanta in a 7-game series. And it's going to be fire. And we're going to have a good shot. Now, I don't want to guarantee anything, and I don't want to raise expectations, but I think we would have the edge in beating them in the first round. And can you imagine the Knicks winning the first round series? Not just now they're in the playoffs for the first time. I don't know, what is it, 7, 8 years? And now if they win a first round series and end up in the second round against whoever, the Knicks are trouble for whoever plays them. But this Atlanta team is good, no joke. Bogdanovich is shooting the way he was being paid to shoot. What we thought last year when we was talking about Malik Beasley or Bogdanovich, those are the two guys that we was pushing for the Knicks to get. And I didn't want them to overpay. I wouldn't have agreed for them to pay him 70 the way Atlanta did. But Atlanta got him. And he has been shooting the lights out. He's a big-time, big-game scorer. Been that way from when he was in Europe. Been that way. He just was not getting in big games with the Stinky Kings team that he was on. But now, in the playoffs, Bogdanovich is going to be a problem. So we need defense out there. I've also noticed that Elfrid Payton's minutes, as we all noticed, has been diminished. He still started yesterday, which I'm kind of disappointed about, actually. Didn't play, I think he only played 13 minutes, but he shouldn't have even played that. I think it's time, him to do something. But anyway, he's going to do what he do. And we play Atlanta 7 games. Frank Ntilikina is going to see some time because nobody guards Trae Young the way Frank Ntilikina does. And you're going to need perimeter defense. So him and Bullock are going to play major roles, I think, on the defensive end in the Atlanta series. I'm already predicting the Atlanta series because I know the Knicks are going to win today and they're going to come out to play. They're going to do, if they come out to play and Boston comes to play, we'll beat them because we're better than them. Period. I've been telling you all year, the Knicks are the top 6 top 6 teams in the East. Just on talent and ability. They were the one of the top 6 teams. So I wasn't even buying that after a while, that 8 seed and all that. So now they top 4. We're a better team than Boston right now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine saying that 2 years ago when Boston was playing in the Eastern Conference Finals? The Knicks are better than Boston now. Okay? That makes me feel good. There's certain teams that we as Knicks fan and Knicks Nation know we hate. Like, we can't stand Brooklyn, right? We can't stand Philly. And we can't stand Boston. I think Boston is like 1A to Brooklyn, really. I can't stand them. So, I want the Knicks to stop them today. And I hope they do. So, the Knicks will win this game. They'll get a week off. And here come Atlanta, baby. Starting at the Garden. Home game, first game of the playoffs in the MSG, in the Mecca. Y'all be safe out there. I probably won't see y'all again until next week, but be safe out there. Please have a great week and finish your weekend safely and have a good time. We'll talk soon. Shalom.